GIs are the source of data for many visualizations and workflows. Inquiries provide data that is used in dashboards, pivot tables, notifications, business events, and external systems. In 2024 R1, we added the ability for generic inquiry results to be used as the source in other inquiries. This opens up a large number of potential uses, such as computing ratios and percentages. Here's a sample structure. Notice that the fourth generic inquiry is formed using the result of other GIs as well as original data. Parameters can be passed through the structure. I will demonstrate how we can calculate the company's current ratio and post it to a financial dashboard. To do this, I create GIs to summarize the current assets and current liabilities. Then I use these inquiries to compute the current ratio. In my third query, I bring in the master financial period table to help me convert the financial period to a date. This is going to be useful for processing a dashboard. I started by building an inquiry to gather the current assets by period using the GL history table. This is the same table used by ARM to generate my formatted financial reports. Next, I added my conditions, so I only get current assets, and grouped them by financial period. In my results grid, I use my caption field to label the beginning period balance. When I run my report, I can see the data that will be available to other inquiries. I did the same for the liabilities, and when I run this query, the results are similar. My current ratio query brings all this together. Notice the table selector in 2024 R1 contains both data tables and generic inquiries. In my results grid, I can select fields from my prior inquiries and use them in formulas. When everything's all set, I can run the inquiry, and my current ratio is calculated. This data is available for visualizations. On my controller dashboard, I use the output to show a graph of my current ratio over time. The configuration of the dashboard is similar to normal inquiries. If I change anything on a GI used as a source of another GI, then I receive a warning so I don't accidentally change the results unknowingly. The Marketing Manager dashboard demonstrates another application, calculating percentages. This win ratio is calculated by assigning a value of 1 to wins and a 0 to losses, and then averaging the total to show a ratio. Using different generic inquiries provides flexibility to display trends over time and calculate wins percentages grouped by deal size, product group, salespeople, and many other criteria. Within 24R1, generic inquiries can be used to calculate ratios and percentages. The output of layered GIs can be used for most visualizations and workflows, except for business events. That's coming later. When you export a generic inquiry via XML, the system automatically includes all of the underlying sources for the GI you are exporting. Also, keep in mind that access rights are assigned based on the current inquiry. Information in the included GIs will appear regardless of whether the person has access to those generic inquiries.